My name is Mentally, and that is not a pen name. This is my night closet, as my parents and I named it happily, 16 years ago. I had the questionable pleasure of moving back in with my parents this month, and in my old bedroom, I don't have rooms for any bookshelves. Okay, not the end of the world. There's a couple places I can put books in this room, namely here. So all of my books are currently in boxes over here, and I'm going to take you along for organizing them, figuring out which ones I can't live without while I'm living here, and putting them on my shelves. So these are the boxes of my books. I have 10 of them, and currently they're blocking my bed, so I'm pretty motivated to get this project done by the end of the day, or by the end of the night, by the time that I want to fall asleep. You know what I mean. So let's get into it. looky here. I still have space to fill. and some down here. Top shelf's pretty much packed, but I need to go into my boxes and decide which other books I'm keeping out. Always the best when I realize I can fit more books than I thought I could. Bye. So, hi. This is it completed. It's the next day. I have taken some time. I have to go through boxes twice to pull out enough books to fit in there because I'm a perfectionist. I'll go through them, show what I made, and I'll also show you the shelf over here that I have over my bed that has books on it. Let's do them. So let's start on this side of the top shelf. We have The Host. Sitting on top are the 50 Shades books. I wouldn't recommend them to anyone, but you know what? I kind of enjoy reading them, so I have them. I have the entire Vampire Academy series. I love these books. I think they're really unique, and I like the pacing, and I like the characters. Going on, we have the Hunger Games series, we have the Divergent series, we have 4. Going on to the other side, we have The Siren by Kiera Cass, the Selection series, including Happily Ever After here. Then we have City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass, and the entire Harry Potter series. So on to the second shelf. The first thing on this shelf are Days of Blood and Starlight and Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. I found these at a library sale recently. I did not find Daughter of Smoke and Bone, so it's on my list of things to look at library sales, which is where I buy most of my books. Continuing on, I have the Bridal Quartet and the In Boonesboro trilogy by Nora Roberts. These were the first books by Nora Roberts I ever read. I have a soft spot in my heart for them, so they're on my shelf. I'm probably going to reread them at some point in the next couple of months. Then we have The Martian by Andy Weir, Cinder and Ella by Kelly Oram, and Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. And then The Trickster's Duology by Tamora Pierce. I have some more Tamora Pierce books, but these are the ones that I love the most. I connect with Allie as a character, and I love how they're written. So they're the only ones I have on my shelf. Continuing on, we have Cinder and Cress from the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. These were found at library sales. I think I found Cinder at a thrift store, and Cress was from a library sale, but I haven't gotten the other 2 books in the series, though I'm looking for them. And I have The Raven Boys and Blue Lily Lily Blue, same kind of thing. I think I got The Raven Boys from a thrift store and Blue Lily Lily Blue from a library sale. Continuing on, we have quite a few of Jennifer Lynn Barnes' books. I have the entire Natural series, Little White Lies, and The Fixer and The Long Game by her. I really like her writing style. She's one of the authors I discovered when I was younger, so I have a great love for her stories. And then we have 3 series that I never hear anyone talk about. First of all, the Blue is for Nightmare series by Lori Faria Stolars, then the Nevermore series by Kelly Craig, and then the Wicked Lovely series by Melissa Marr. All 3 of these are kind of horror-y, they're kind of like Wicked Lovely is about the Fae, and the Nevermore trilogy is about Edgar Allan Poe. But I really like them all. I never hear anyone talking about them. I know that I'm going to want to reread at least some of them while I'm here at my parents' house, you know. So those are the last things on the second shelf. So this is the last shelf in the closet. Coming up first, we have the Percy Jackson series and the Heroes of Olympus series, all stacked up, and as well as all of my Sarah Dessen books. Rest of the story is out down here because I plan on reading it soon. And I am missing one Sarah Dessen book, and that is Keeping the Moon. I haven't been able to find it at sales or thrift stores or anything like that. Continuing on, first over here, this small little blue book is The Man Who Was Magic by Paul Gallico, and then Crown Jewel by Sherwood Smith. The Man Who Was Magic is one of my mother's favorite books, and I really love Crown Jewel. Then we have the entire Fablehaven series, and I own the first book of Dragon Watch, but not the second and third. I'm working on getting them. Then we have The Goose Girl by Shannon Hale. I have the other books in the Books of Bayarn series, but I only really have a strong connection to the Goose Girl, so that's the one that I want out on my shelf. Then we have The Seer and the Sword and the Light of the Oracle by Victoria Hanley, another author that I love that no one ever talks about. Continuing on, we have 4 Jessica Day George books. The first one is Sun, Moon, Ice, and Snow, and then we have the 3 books in the Princesses trilogy. Then we have Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine, which is my favorite Gail Carson Levine book. I'm a big fan of retellings, so next is my Jane Austen retelling row, which is Pride and Popularity, and then Northanger Alibi and Persuaded by Jenny James, Prom and Prejudice by Elizabeth Eulberg, and Epic Fail by Claire Lazebnik. And I also have a second book by Elizabeth Eulberg, which is Take a Bow, which is not a Pride and Prejudice or Jane Austen retelling, but is music themed, and I really enjoy it. Then we have Avalon High, which is my favorite Meg Cabot book. Learning to Fly by Roxanne Henke, which is, if you ask me, the book that I learned how to be a good parent from. I'm not a parent, but when I am, I'm gonna be rereading that book a lot more. Then we have Montana Summer and Delicious Conversation, 2 LDS fiction books. They're kind of light romance, but those 2 are some of my favorite of the LDS fiction that I own. And that is all of my shelves, at least in the closet. Let me go show you the shelf I've made above my bed. So this is the shelf above my bed, and the first things I have on this shelf are all of my Sarah M. Eden books. Sarah M. Eden is my current favorite author, and so I've been collecting all of her books and buying all of her books every single chance that I get. I think I'm missing 3 of the most recent releases, but I have the majority of them, and I have my favorites. Sarah M. Eden is also the only author I've ever gone to see in person. I've gone to some of her book signings, and that's where I get these cool little bookmarks. She hands them out at her signings. The next thing on this shelf is my copy of Faith of the Fallen. I have the entire Sword of Truth series in one of the boxes of books. But this one I like to have out because it is my favorite book of all time. And then we have the Harper Hall series by Anne McCaffrey, Dragon Song, Dragon Singer, and Dragon Drums, just because they fit over here better than they fit on the other shelves. And the last things on the shelf are all of the library books that I checked out before the libraries closed. I've got these until June 1st. I've been organizing them in the order I want to read these in, but also I finished Deep Six and Skyward over here, so I've got these to get through. And that's just basically how I'm organizing them. So that is the last shelf. Anyways, I hoped you liked this unorthodox bookshelf tour. I'm currently still reading Thunderhead and Six of Crows, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start the rest of the story by Sarah Dessen very soon. So I'll talk to you later. Bye!